Conversation, 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 conversation. Life's journey. Hey, conversation, 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 conversation. Let's talk about it.
Hello, everyone, and you're welcome to Conversations. Conversations is a program where we get to express ourselves and share our life's journey. And today I have someone really dear to every one of us. I'm excited. I'm really honored to have her. I'm going to allow her, introduce herself to us. The house she was in command and what she does now and where she lives. So welcome, ma'am. Senior Taiwo. She was
Senior.
Before she even tells us the house, I know she was in Dragon House, so up Dragon House.
Of Dragon House.
Yes, ma'am, you're welcome. Please introduce yourself to us.
Okay, greetings everyone, because I know we're all scattered all over the world, giving God thanks. So my name is Taiwo Ajisefinni. I went to Command Secondary School, as Moji has, inferred. And yes, I was in Dragon House. And I am the current president of the Command Secondary School Lagos All Students Association. And currently I'm in London. And what else would you like to know?
What to do?
Okay. At the moment, I was stranded in Nigeria in February of 2020. I was due back in the UK about March, end of, March, April. But because of the COVID situation and the, closure of the airports in Nigeria, I was unable to come back. So I've only just recently come back to the UK, and we are on the third lockdown. So at the moment I'm indoors, but interestingly, it's been a very busy few months for me, having to get so much done. So at present, my focus is on my NGO, the Taiwo Ajisefinni Foundation, trying to get things done. And unfortunately, while I was in Nigeria, I couldn't get much done because I was unable to travel, since the base is in Kwara State, Offa, which is where my first school is, the first school that we're working on. So at present, it's just a case of trying to ride out COVID-19, and by God's grace, hopefully that will come to an end very soon. So the focus at the moment for me is the NGO, my secondary school alumni, and of course my university alumni, which I'm a part of the executive of as well. So yes,
that's me. Wow. You have your hands full.
It is full indeed. It is full. I was just saying to someone a few days ago that I just can't understand how I am just so busy. Even being going through the lockdown and everything, it has been a very, very busy few months. But I'm grateful to God for it.
Wow. But one of the things I see in all of this is you must be people oriented. Mm-hmm. What's your background? What's your academic background?
Okay. When I left, after I left Command, I went to Kwara State Polytechnic. I was there for my A-levels for 2 years and got into Lagos State University direct entry. I graduated from LASU with a BA in English Languages and Linguistics, and did my youth service. I worked in Union Bank for 1 year. And after that, I came over to the UK. When I came to the UK, it was all different. I'd been on holiday before, but now I had come to stay. So it was quite different for me, having to understand that the focus wasn't so much on what you had studied or what your parents wanted you to do and to be. You could do anything. And for me, that was just, it was like, you're being given the key to a door. So that opened the door for me to see that, oh, I can do anything. Oh, fantastic. So my first place of employment was a retail organization, Ryman the Stationer. That was the first place I worked in. And while I was doing that, I also went to Regent's College and Cavendish College as well. So I've got a mixture. So I did a bit of marketing, advertising, and then also training, which eventually was what I kind of settled on for a number of years. I was a training officer with Ryman before I left. And after leaving Ryman, I just thought, what else can I do? And interestingly found myself in adult healthcare. So I started off with plant personnel, and it was amazing. It was really amazing having to meet different people, interviewing, getting to speak to care workers, service users, local authority directors. And I think for me, that was where the flair came for being able to interact with different people on different levels and, in different fields. So I was with plant personnel for 1 year, and then I went on to allied healthcare. I was with Allied for 10 years and worked my way from being a home care coordinator to being the registered branch manager. And I actually ran the biggest branch in the United Kingdom. And I had 28 members of staff that, on the service floor. 6 of them were outside the office, but majority of them were in the office. And because of the way I love to interact with people, get to know what's going on, I'm not the kind of manager that, would sit in an office and you'd come and, give information. No. I want to be in the thick of it. So I had them all surrounding me, so to speak. And so whatever was going on, whatever conversation was being had, I could hear and, deal with whatever situation came up, at any particular time. So that was amazing. And I left Allied in 2014. And my plan then was I'd already started to work on my NGO, already had the idea. And this all started when I came to Nigeria in 2008. And I saw school children, a lot of them wearing rubber slippers, some of them without shoes, some with tattered uniform, and I just thought, we can do better, And so I started to save up and say, I'm going to start an NGO. So when I came to Nigeria in 2016, I was now able to start the registration process of the NGO, finalized that in early 2017. And my plan initially after leaving Allied was I was going to just travel the world, have my fun, because I know that once I started on the NGO, I wouldn't have time to do anything else. So that was the plan. And I started off with the United States, and I think it was my second night in the US when my father died in 2017. So that cut short my holiday, although, it was in the US. Came back to the UK for a couple of nights, got a few things, and headed out to Nigeria. And that was the start of a different phase of my life entirely, because after coming home for the funeral, I got involved with the alumni, so to speak. And that started a new phase of life for me. So, yeah.
Wow. And I said earlier on, it's obvious the kind of person you are from everything you've done. But one question just keeps coming back to mind, and which is something that I've heard different people from command. How prepared were we? I keep wondering, were we really prepared for the world after, or for the life after, or for the experience outside? Were we prepared for, I feel that for most of us, maybe we didn't have the mentor, we didn't have people to mentor us or tell us this is the direction to go. You have a flair for this. I know somebody, because of one of my uncles that was a professor, and he wrote one of the integrated science textbooks.
Okay.
Because of him, one of the teachers was very much interested in me and wanted me to decide counseling me on the direction to go. But I don't think I really took it. I didn't understand what they were talking about. But how, I'm looking at now, the question is, I'm looking at those that are still in command, let's say command, for example.
Yeah.
How do we begin to mentor those children so that when they come out, many of us have been here and there. And I feel that we didn't really know, what we had a flair for. We didn't know what we wanted to do.
Yeah, there wasn't any sort of direction. In those years, when we were in school in those days, there wasn't the kind of direction to say, oh, you are an art student, you are a science student, or you are just, very good with your hands and fingers, and, you would be better suited to doing something non-academical. Yeah. We didn't have that. It was a case of go to school, come out as one of the top 3 or top 5, and you're going to either be a doctor, a lawyer, or, that was it. So we growing up then, there wasn't the understanding, I would say, that there were so many things, that the world was an oyster for us, basically, that, you could do whatever it is you wanted to do, as long as you had the interest and the passion in it. And I do have some friends who unfortunately have found themselves in different careers, which is not what they would have chosen as, the first choice. But, there's, that was how things were in that particular time. But right now in the school, I know they have a counseling department And I know that they have careers advisors as well. So the hope is that they're able to pick up on the interest of the students. And I think because we have arts subjects and science subjects, there's that possibility that the children are able to veer into the direction that suits them. But I know they do get counseling, in the, different subjects, and, to find what's best suited for them.
Okay. So is there a way we can also come in?
Oh, yeah. Oh, most definitely. Because I've always said something. There is no point in anyone having gone through something and those coming behind you having to go through the same thing. No, you've had that experience, so you know where the potholes are. If you're driving, for example, if you're driving on a road and you know where the potholes are, if you're going to go back onto that road, you already know where they are, you veer off from there. So it's the same thing. It should be the same, that we have, gone through that road. Those coming behind us, we don't want them to go through that. We want to make it easier and smoother for them. So for the members of the alumni, the intention is for as many of us as are able to go back to the school and, speak to the children. We've had 2 different sets now in the last 6 to 7 months. We've gone back to the school to give back to the school, and they've had the opportunity to actually speak to the students. So they see you, so they know it's possible. That is someone that went through the same school that I went to. He or she is standing there now. They're a doctor, they're a lawyer, they're an entrepreneur, whatever the profession is. So you're able to speak to them, and then they know that it is possible, because it's not everything that we must get from a book.
Yes.
Life is also education. So yes, most definitely, we'll welcome that. We are already in talks with the commandants to find when it will be suitable. But because of the current situation with the pandemic, we have to be really careful, because, it's not just about us. It's also about the children as well, and ensuring their security and safety.
Okay, good. I'm hoping maybe a set hearing this can come up with something also.
Yeah, definitely.
That'd be great. Okay, so tell me, the story changed after 2017.
Yes.
So how has it been being the president of the alumni?
How has it been? Initially, when I was nominated by my set to, I was put forward for this particular, for me, it was fun. It was exciting. It was like, wow, we're going to go in, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, make so many changes, touch lives and all of that. It was amazing. It was interesting. But with the way things went with the election, it was very obvious to me that my thoughts of how I thought things would go was not, how it went. But, I'm so grateful to God that we're all one. As I've always said, we're brothers and sisters. This is not a case of commandos against another school. We're one family. So whatever it was, we've been able to quash it. We've been able to deal with it. The love that we have is much more stronger than any individual's preference or choice. So that, is what I'd like to put out there. But it has been fantastic, I would say, because for me, I remember during my campaign, one of the things I kept saying was, even if it's just one person that I'm able to affect, my job is done. My job is done. And I remember someone then from the US who got in touch with me and said, Madam, just with that statement that you made, that, just one life you want to touch, and that's it. And she said she was sold out, and that was it. So it was quite interesting to see that there were so many like-minded people who were all out to do good things for the school and also for members of the alumni. Because, I've always said that the alumni is two-pronged. You have the members of the association and you have the school. That's our alma mater. That is our foundation. Without command, we all would not be where whether we like it or not. For a lot of us, if we take the time to sit and look, there is something from command in each and every one of us. So the journey has been great. I've actually had a wonderful time. I have met so many people that I would never have met otherwise. And one thing I'd like to say is it's across the board for me. So from the class of 1982 to even the recent graduates of 2020, it has just been amazing. People send me messages, we chat from time to time, and that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, human interaction.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So you've had 2 terms, right? 2
Yes.
terms. So this second one ends next year.
Yes, it will end. Yes,
So what would you
in
say has been the
2022,
greatest
February.
support? Sorry about that.
Sorry,
I didn't hear what you said.
I said February 2022.
Oh, okay. Wow. So tell me, what can you say has been your greatest achievement? Let's start with that. The greatest achievement.
Okay, greatest achievement I'll say I'm yet to achieve. I'm yet to
Wow.
achieve. What
So
I will
far.
say is I have attained different levels.
Okay.
That's what I will say. But greatest achievement, I think, it's quite. I don't know what I would say. That would be when maybe when it does happen, I'll see it. I'll
No,
say,
so
oh,
far, no,
yeah.
so far
But
as a president.
as a
So far as a
president,
president.
different levels have been, being able to get support from the different sets. That has been amazing.
Yeah.
It has been a case of everybody working together. You know, everybody makes me good. They make me look good. Everybody makes me look good. So when people say, oh, Madam President, well done, it's actually well done to every single commando. Because without them, without you, nothing will get done, you know? So we've had the different sets who have gone in to fix the classrooms, who have bought fans, North America chapter, who have bought items for the MIR, the biology lab, the chemistry lab, physics laboratory. It's just amazing how people have been so resourceful in their giving. And the set of 1989, every year when we have the valedictory service, they give out gifts to the best students in each subject. And
Wow.
they usually they take time to go to the school to speak to the students. They've had events for the teachers. So this is not about one individual, me. It is about all of us collectively. And it's that driving force to say, this is where you came from. We can do better. We went through certain things. We don't want the student to go through that because we went through that. No, we don't want that. How can we improve the status of the school? And one thing that, gladdens my heart every time I think about it is the way the standard of education is improved in Command. And, for me, that is the height. And I think that is one of the reasons a lot of people want their children to come to Command. I was in the school in September when they were having the interviews, and I was amazed at the number of children that were there on day one. They were going to have 3 days of interview, but on day one, it was like the whole 3 days were all in one, and they're saying, no, that's just one day. We have 2 more days. But it was just so amazing to see the number. And I think it's because apart from the fact that it's a military school, it's the fact that, the standard of education has greatly improved and the children are doing so well. The teachers, the commandants, it's just, it was a wonderful sight to behold. So yes, it's all of us. And I'd just like to seize this opportunity to say thank you to every single person. Every so often I get, presidents of sets get in touch with me to say, Madam President, we want to do this. What do you think about this? We've even had situations where 2 sets want to do the same project, and we're like, okay, would you consider doing this while the set does that? And it works. It works. And we have a very good relationship and rapport. So yes, thank you to everyone.
Fantastic. So what more in this 1 year? What more do you think? How else can we, what more do you expect from us?
Okay. We had a meeting last year in November, and the main focus, as I said at the meeting then, was this last year we'll be focusing on ourselves, commandos. We've done so much for the school. That's not to say we're not doing anything, but the sets are doing it without even, having to send out the list. The sets are doing it. They're coming and saying, Madam President, we're doing this. We need this support, and we support them. But this year, I would like the focus to be on us as members of the association. I've always said everything we need is in the house. I don't need to go outside to go and get anything done. It's all in the house. I need a doctor, it's in the house. I need a lawyer, there's one in the house. I need to buy services, goods, it's in the house. So it's just that opening up of letting people know that this is here. You don't need to go far. It's all in the house. It's already working on some levels because we get people asking questions to say they want to know if so and so is available, and we're able to signpost them to an individual. So one of the things we are looking at doing is a mentoring program. So we have mentors, commandos, and we have mentees that are commandos as well. So we've put together a package and we'll be advertising that very soon. And one other area is looking into entrepreneurs that are in Command, the association, Command Secondary School Old Students Association. You want people to buy goods from you. You don't need to go outside. It's in here.
Definitely.
At present, we've got close to about 13,000 people that have graduated from the school. They're commandos. They're your sisters, they're your brothers, they're mine as well. So there's that link. I don't need to start preaching to them. They already know, oh, you're a commando. Okay, fine. Let's say that. And that has been working great because we've got some people that advertise on Telegram. We've got a lot of people that have been able to get services from commandos on Telegram. So that's our focus this year. And also to encourage health insurance as a set, life insurance as a set, and wealth creation. For us as individuals, we know each other on a set level.
Yes.
If I want to get something done, it would be a lot easier for me to get it done with my sets than it would for me to go down to maybe 10 sets down. It's like, we don't know you, but I've got that relationship with my set mates. So if we have that connection as one, it's easier for us to get things done. And we had a welfare policy that was created about 3 years ago by a group of commandos. And the focus for that was for everyone on a set level to have life insurance and health insurance. It's manageable as a set rather than it coming to national. It will be too heavy for national. Wealth creation done on a set. I know A in my set, I know B in my set. We can converse together, come to an agreement to say this is what we want to do. There's a set that has approached us at the moment and given us a list of names of people in the set that want to do a particular type of business. That is going to be a one-off, which is something I'm looking at the moment. I'm speaking to a few people to see how we can get support for them. Because I believe that instead of giving people fish, if you teach them to fish, they're set for life. And whatever it is that they're able to get from that, they can then pass it on to other people as well. So that's another angle that we're looking at as well.
That's fantastic. That's great. Yes, I mean,
Thank you.
that's really, that's applaudable. Thank you. Thank you so much for the work.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I'd like to find out, have you used, at that time, so has there been a time you thought, oh gosh, this is too much, why am I in this?
Oh, well, yeah, of course, I'm human, I am human. So yeah, definitely there have been times where, where there has been situations where a lot of people have, been sold information which is incorrect. I always believe that if there is a situation, go to the source. I don't believe in secondhand information. I've always lived my life on the basis of I will deal with you the way I see you until you show me that I don't need to. And then, of course, I will take the necessary action. So yes, there have been cases where people have misjudged me and where people have been given information which is false. And so situations have arisen. But I've always said, if you can go to bed at night and sleep peacefully, knowing that the decision you made an hour or two or days before, you're comfortable with, you're not thinking of yourself as the person, you're thinking of the group, the larger picture, how it affects thousands of people rather than how it affects you as the individual, then, all you can do is do your best. All you can do is do your best. So that's been it.
It's important that, just like, I think it's Socrates that said it. He said, an unexamined life is a life life not worth living.
Yes.
So it's important that we examine ourselves from time to time to see, what I'm doing, how does this affect the other person? Yes, and of course, as I said, keep the larger picture in sight.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Yes,
and I've got some friends that from time to time they would call me and just talk to me on a very, very personal level and let me know what I'm doing right, what they consider that I am doing wrong, and then it's left for me to internalize and look at the whole picture and make changes where I do need to make changes. Because I'm not I'm not superwoman. I don't know it all, And that's something I always put forward. I don't know it all. I wasn't born to be, president of an association. I found myself there, and
And there
I've
are
got to
different
give it my
people.
all and do my best. So,
There are
yeah,
different people.
definitely.
So you always have that
Yes,
everywhere.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
different
most
people.
definitely.
Yes. Okay, so can I ask you a question? I've asked you, what would you say? I know this may be a bit funny, but what what would you say has been your greatest support?
My greatest support in the years that I have been president of the association
Yes.
would have to be some key friends. Is a key number of people that, I went to school with, I was in school with. And over the years, since coming back to Nigeria, the friendship has, been sort of revived. And we've got to know each other on a different level than when we were children, when we were in school. So now we're on an adult level. So there's a better understanding, there's a greater understanding of who we are as individuals. And for these key people, they cut across the board. I've got people as young as 2000, from time to time that would call. And, in fact, just before I came on, I got a message from someone from, I think it was, class of 94, who said, that just thought that to say hello. I haven't said hello to you in a long time. I just thought to say hello. So, it's that support, that network, because there's nothing you can do by yourself. No matter who you are, no matter where you are, I've always found that it's that. Sometimes I find myself just thinking, how did I get here? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? And I'll just get a message or a call to say, and that puts my mind at ease to say, you're on the right track. Just keep doing what you're doing. So yes, it's got to be my friends, my support. Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, so, okay, according to the Constitution, how do you start a group or a chapter? What are I want to just say it out there so that we all know exactly if I want to start a chapter in Mexico or something,
yes,
what do I need to do?
Okay, it's all about interest. It's all about interest. I can have an interest in wanting a number of commandos in a particular area to come together. So what is the purpose of that organization?
Yeah.
Every day organizations are formed, but what is the purpose of the organization? So we can have commandos form a group, but what is that group all about? It could be, architects, commando architects, commando doctors. But if you want to have an association that is linked to the national body of the association, there are certain steps that need to be taken. Interest is one, for example. You can't force anyone. An association is voluntary.
Yeah.
It's completely voluntary. That's why I don't force anyone to do anything. It's a matter of choice. If you have an interest in it, you would do it. Because we all went to command, yes, we are all ex-commandos. But for you to be a part of the association, you've got to have the interest. You've got to want to be a part of the support network. You've got to want to be active in everything, whether it's paying your dues or making yourself physically available. So when a group is formed and you have there's a required number of people in the particular group, there's certain things that you need to put in place. There's paperwork that needs to be submitted to the national body to show us that this is what you want to do. This is the interest that you have in forming an organization where you are. An organization is not one person. It's a group of people. And in everything that we do, it's important that we have structure so that if anything fails or falls, there are people that we can go back to find out why did these things happen. We've got to be responsible, we've got to be reliable, and we've got to ensure that we're accountable for everything that we do.
Perfect. I just wanted, for the record, so that anyone hearing this, maybe next year or something, would know exactly what to do.
Oh yeah, it's just, there are different groups in Abuja, for example, that they meet across the board from 1982 set to I think the 90s, and they meet, well, prior, before COVID, they used to meet often, and I tried to say, please form a chapter, but there's only so much you can do. It's good that you say, okay, fine. Oh, guys, Saturday we're meeting at this place, and everybody goes. But who wants to take on that role of being, the one managing it and everything? That hasn't happened. It would be fantastic if you could have chapters everywhere, because as I said, there are commandos everywhere. There are commandos everywhere. I'm trying to speak to a commando in Cyprus at the moment about cryptocurrency, and of course, I got the news about CBN, and I'm still trying to. I've asked someone to investigate for me to let me know what this whole situation is before we go forward, so that we're not wasting our time or other people's time. So yes, we welcome chapters, but in everything that we do, we've got to make sure that it's done in decency and in order. We've got to be accountable to each other. That's the bottom line. Everything we do, we've got to be accountable to each other.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time. And outside of this command, how do you relax? How do you enjoy yourself?
Relax. What do? I love to play games on my laptop. I love to play games a lot. I used to enjoy reading. I still do, but my reading now, I try not to read anything too serious at the moment in light, with all that's going on now with the COVID situation. It's just, it's quite, sometimes it's mind numbing. So, any short stories, I love short stories. So I read that as well. Anything inspiring as well. I was introduced to Brené Brown. She talks a lot about, things to deal with the mind and, our thought process and things like that. So she's a good one as well. So I read her book as well. And of course, the ultimate one, my Bible. I go to that and I just find, it's quite interesting when you read some of the stories and find that, the things that are happening now that happened then, and it's just a case of it's life,
Yeah.
So yeah. Apart from that, prior to COVID, I used to love going out to the cinema, but of course, all of that's not possible at the moment. So
I'll ask him, do you dance? Do you like dancing?
Oh yes. Oh, I love to dance.
Oh, really?
Yes. Oh, yes. I love to dance. I love to. Oh, I love to. Oh no, I love to go to parties. I love to go to. Oh no, yes, I love dancing. I remember when I was in Kwara Tech, the school was far in the jungle. Well, nothing too dissimilar to when I was in command, really. So it was quite far from town. And I used to think it was boring then, because you'd go to class, you'd finish, and then you'd have to come back to the hostel, and there's really nothing to do. So whenever anyone said, oh, there's a party in town, oh, yes, we'd all go. So yes, I used to love going to parties, and even in LASU as well. Yeah, because I stayed off campus. So yes, we used to love, it's quite nice to have a time when you can relax and just step down and just, not have to worry too much about anything. But yes. Yeah,
we all need that. Yeah, that's really nice. That's nice. It's really been nice talking to you.
Oh, same here.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Any quotes? Would you like to leave out with any quotes or anything you've learned?
Well, one thing is, quotes. I'm not really. I see so many quotes every day, but one thing is, there's a principle that I live by, which is just, quite simple. That just be very true to who you are. Be true to yourself. You see, because there's only one person that can make you happy, and that is you. So be true to who you are. When you need to take a step back, do it. When you need to say no, say no. No oftentimes doesn't mean a rejection. It's usually a statement, I can't do that now. So you need to take a step back. And so just be true to yourself. And one of the things that I always believe in and say as well is that anything is possible. So for me, I reward Mark 9, verse 23, all things are possible if you believe. So that's it. There's nothing that you can't do. Nothing at all. It's all up here. It's all up here. So once you believe you can do it, take a step. I believe that there is no one that has the ultimate structure to anything. It's like, you're given a goal. You can get there now. I can get there tomorrow. We both got to the same destination. So it's just a different way of saying things. So I believe in, the principle of being true to yourself. Once you're happy with yourself, you'll be able to see that your joy, your happiness will be able to radiate to the others around you.
Very, very important. Very important. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
No one has the ultimate, the statement you made just now about the structure.
Yeah. No one has the ultimate answer to everything.
No one has the ultimate answer.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
No one does.
Different structures.
There are different ways
Different
of
paths.
you being able to get to a destination.
Yes. Different
So
paths.
I can walk there. Someone may fly there. Someone may swim there.
Wow.
We will get there. So be true to yourself. Do what you need to do to get to where you need to get to.
Very inspiring. Very inspiring.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm just getting it in.
Yeah. Not just kidding, There wasn't anything planned, So yeah, it is.
I'm getting it in.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you for everything you do.
Oh,
thank you for the work. I mean, I always tell people, for those of you that are leaders in whatever, I'm a pastor, so I know what it's like. But as a pastor, because people come to church, so it's okay.
Yes. Oh yeah, definitely. I know.
But for those of you that do leadership out there, it's a special grace.
I know. It takes grace. It's God's grace to do everything. It's God's grace to do everything. I used to work in the church as well. I was a minister in my church before I Ruach in Brixton here in London. I was a minister there, so I know all about it. So God continues to strengthen you. Amen. Great job you're doing. Great job.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this time. I really appreciate it. And I'm sure this will not be the only one. Probably will have to get you again for something else.
No problem.
Yeah, thank you. Maybe when you have
I've learned so much myself too.
Yeah. Maybe we have something coming up in the alumni. We don't mind, having you or anyone coming to talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much for everything. I really do appreciate you. And keep it up. Keep it up. Even when we don't say anything, we just know that we are behind you.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
Thank you so much.
We are all one, and we'll continue to be one.
Definitely. Together we shall win.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Moji.
You're welcome. Thank you, everyone, for watching this. I'm sure you've heard a lot. I'm really inspired, and I really appreciate dear sister. And thank you. I can't even, I'm trying to find the words to use. Is Senior Taiwo?
No, just call me Taiwo. I'm fine. It's Taiwo. It's Taiwo.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you everyone for watching. And until my next guest, bye for now.
Thank you.